This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow as we explore the constantly changing watch market of 2024. A vital question occupies the thoughts of collectors and investors. When is the best time to purchase and trade? In this video brought to you by the luxury world, we will examine the complex dynamics of today's market, scrutinizing important trends, economic influences, and expert forecasts to thoroughly analyze the prime moments for buying and selling watches in the coming year. This exploration will cover different segments of the watch market, ranging from luxury timepieces to vintage gems, highlighting potential areas of growth and possible challenges. We will also analyze how global economic conditions, technological advancements, and the changing preferences of watch enthusiasts impact the market. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, we invite you to do so now to stay updated on our upcoming videos. Many people are waiting to see if there are any significant changes in the market. And although there is not much, there are a few things we want to highlight in this video. There have not been any drastic price hikes or sharp declines like we saw before. Sure, there have been some adjustments, but we believe a healthy market will naturally fluctuate depending on the pieces. It is when everything rises or falls uniformly across the board that we are in one of those scenarios. Lately, what we have been seeing is this flatness in the market, which, in our opinion, is good for everyone, which involves the brands, buyers, and sellers alike. With less change and risk, you can pick up a watch and feel confident without worrying too much about it suddenly plummeting in value. Let us put aside the ups and downs of the past and focus on today. We noticed the prices of Rolex Pepsi increased for a while, but they have since leveled off. However, we anticipate a spike when it gets discontinued, which we are quite certain will likely happen. We need to wait and see how long the increase lasts. Moving on, the Rolex Hulk, for example, remained popular for quite some time after its discontinuation. Another model we want to mention is the old-school non-ceramic Submariner Kermit. For a while, they were fetching soaring prices, but now we have seen many good deals, including some under $4,000. It is strange to see how some models have dipped while others have risen. Now, let's move on to another model, the Starbucks. Rolex Starbucks seems to have stabilized in the market, and you can find one at a very reasonable price. They were in the high teens for a while, but now they have settled to around $2,000 to $2,500 more than a standard black sub, which is where they should be, around par. Previously, there was almost a $5,000 difference, but we think that there are enough Starbucks has entered the market to stabilize the prices. If you are considering getting one, they have been relatively stable for quite some time and have even dropped a bit further. Let us continue discussing Rolex for a bit more. A watch that we believe is currently a good buy for the price and offers a lot of value is the reference 116520 non-ceramic Daytona. Right now, this watch has settled to a price where you can get a really good deal. Now is an enjoyable time to buy this watch because it has remained relatively low for quite some time. The worst case scenario is you have minimal exposure, as we do not see these watches selling for $12,000 or $15,000. If you pick one up in the high teens or low 20s, you should be in decent shape. Now, let us talk about another couple of Rolexes. Let us talk about the Rolex Yachtmaster 42mm RLX Titanium. It is going for something like $34,000 for a watch with a $115,000 retail. The remarkable thing about this watch is how rare it is. It is really hard to get one. There are few in the market, which is surprising. There is an extremely limited amount available for sale. It is surprising for something that is not incredibly special. These have also dropped a bit since their initial boom. Now they are in the high 30s to mid 30s, but they used to be in the 40s. It is a watch that might stay around that price or even decrease a bit. The bottom line is more people want it than there are available. They make you jump through hoops to get one. Another model that has found its place is the GMT Sprite. For a while, when they first came out, some were priced at $40,000, but they were released at a time when the market was still high. Now, they have come down, and you can get a brand new one for around $20,000 to $21,000, depending on the style. The Jubilee version seems to be slightly less. That pretty much sums up Rolex. Now let us turn our attention to Audemars Piguet or AP. AP is a brand that has surprised us with all the recent developments, but it is interesting to note that the standard Royal Oak is still commanding unreasonable prices, even above retail. Surprisingly, over the past 2 to 3 months, it has been a bit challenging to find them. It is interesting. You would think they would be abundant by now, and people would be eager to sell them off, but who knows? Few people paid exorbitant prices, like in the $70 zeros, for a stainless steel AP self-winding during the market peak. You would think by now they would be desperate to sell and move on, but maybe they did, and they are not the only ones. Surprisingly, there was a slight uptick in the market for them, which is pretty odd. It is strange how some watches are going down while others are going up. Regarding other AP models, everything else seems pretty standard. Many pieces are selling over retail, and they are hard to come by. The code 1159 still seems to be struggling. If they are making you buy one, well, that is just the way it is. Let us turn our attention to one of the top brands, Patek Philippe. Patek has pretty much stayed where it is at, in Patek we trust. Surprisingly, a few models in the Aquanaut range, like the 5167, have seen a slight uptick in prices. Not crazy, but still noticeable. It is because more people want the watch lately, and there are not enough of them to go around. It is interesting to see how the 5167 has gone up a bit, while the dual time has remained the same. These are watches that were way beyond retail for quite some time, but now they are still over retail, but more sustainable. It is worth mentioning that the Nautiluses have pretty much stayed the same. There are a couple of models where we think there are good values out there, like stainless steel 5980. Previously, they were out of reach in terms of prices, but now you can pick one in the high 90s, maybe even flat 100s, depending on the details. Many of these watches are older, which is around the $115,000 range. Again, these are watches you can get at a great price. It is surprising to see how they are priced now. Many people are still waiting for the 5980 to hit $150,000 in rose gold, but we have not seen that yet. It has remained strong in the higher hundreds. Some of the brand new models, just before being discontinued, are priced over $200 lightly, but over $200 again. It is always interesting to see how Patek does not fluctuate as much as other brands. It has been a few months since the news of the 5980 being discontinued, and we have not seen much change in the prices. There has been a minor change, but not a lot. It is interesting how that does not happen much nowadays. It is not like they discontinue a watch and the prices shoot up. We think the market is not about that right now. Years ago, when a watch got discontinued, of course, there would be several people calling you wanting to buy it, thinking about the long run, but the price increase was not immediate. To sum it up, the market remains flat. If you are looking to buy, we think it is a suitable time, and if you are looking to sell, it is also a fun time. You are not going to regret selling your watch and then seeing its value shoot up by 10 or 15%. It pretty much seems stable, allowing you to trade watches without worrying about drastic market changes based on your decisions. What we believe has the most significant impact on new releases are the enthusiasts who want to be the first to own the latest model. Often, this eagerness causes a surge in the model's price. Some are willing to pay well over retail just to be the first ones with it. While some prices stay high, others gradually decrease, but it is only a matter of time. What are your impressions on the topic that we shared in this video? If you enjoyed the video, we would appreciate it if you let us know by leaving a comment and giving it a thumbs up. Do not forget to follow our channel for more content. Thank you for watching The Luxury World, and we look forward to having you join us in our upcoming videos.